Hello, everybody. I'm Brian, aka Duke Skyloafer. We're going to be getting back into Space Engineers today as soon as the game loads. I've got a lot of mods in here, so it takes a long time to load. I think about 3 minutes total, which actually maybe even more. But I don't know, I felt kind of dumb just watching the waiting to start screen when I could be doing my initial introduction here where we do the recap and everything. So what we did last time was we spent most of the stream in space. I had intended to just go to Mars right away, but then we found some platinum and we were looking for some cobalt. So we found a couple of things in space. I think, if I recall, I grabbed a little uranium too. So we've got all the minerals in various different quantities. So we're going to, let's see, we are on Mars. We constructed I say we, because, you know, of the emotional support from the chat and everything. But yeah, we built the basic platform, landed the ship on it. The goal for today is two things. I was kind of thinking about what we're going to do with drilling out the underground portion of the base. And I decided what I'm going to do is use the nanobot drill and fill to drill out, to clear out a large chunk of the underground to begin with. And while that, because that's going to take some time, and while that is working, I'm going to start building a new kind of mining rover that I can use to drive around to these boulders and, eat them up, basically. So that's the two things we're going to work on today. So I'm going to start the drill and fill going, and then I'm going to start getting ready with the rover. So, quick housekeeping. Is it stormy outside? No, it's clear. What is the inside of my... Oh, it's just the reflections. I was wondering why the doors looked orange. Yeah, so a little bit of housekeeping. I did change up the mods ever so slightly. I added the aerodynamic physics, so we could fly now if we wanted to, but mostly I just wanted to make deadly re-entry, make re-entry a little bit tougher. I did add some additional MES mods to give me something additional to do, and I took out the defense shields mod, which wasn't supposed to be in here in the first place. That was an accident, so it's out now. So, get myself comfortable here. We're in for the long haul. Yeah, a little bit more housekeeping stuff we need to do. I've got since I have a little bit of fancy stuff, I can make myself good tools. So that's the first thing I'm doing. Second thing I'm doing is making a reactor, so I don't have to worry about energy anymore. Third thing I'm going to do is make myself a projectile shield emitter. I think I'm going to ignore the explosives for now, but we are going to make some of these things. So the way this thing works is you just put this in your inventory and you get infinite energy. So the way these work is they provide defense against 3 different kinds of things. So there's creature damage, which is self-explanatory. It's a creature running up and punching you or biting you. This one is explosive damage, and they'll give you a little bit of resistance to everything, I think, but varying degrees. So this gives you explosive damage, which is like rockets or something near you exploding. And this is the projectile one, so this is bullets and probably like shells and stuff like that, I would assume. I don't know, some of these shells are explosive, so I have no idea what, but really, for the most part, I can dodge explosions, but I can't really dodge bullets as well. So then you can also hold on to these plugins, which give you a little bit more defense against things. So I think I will throw in an explosive one. Let's see, oh wait a minute, hold on, stop. Do I want resistance or do I want defense? I think defense is like I actually don't know what's the difference between defense and resistance in this case. Capacity is like hit points. I feel like resistance means that getting hit by a bullet takes your health points down by fewer, right? How would that be different than defense? Do these things... Creature defense. I should have looked up this mod. Against bullets. Oh! Yeah, actually I have no idea. No idea. I'm going to grab myself a capacity and probably just leave it alone until I look up what's what. So, let's grab those out of here. So you can have my old tools. Give me the new tools. Where are you? Give me the reactor. Give me the shield. And now I've got a shield indicator there. And it's charging up. So... yeah, so defense and then resistance. I don't know. Let's look up this mod real quick. Hang on a second. Let's see what we get. Yeah, here's some good looking up mods music. What's this mod called? Like, this isn't the personal shield mod. This is the... this is... let's see, I can look at it here. Does it say pocket shield? That's what it's called. Alright, pocket shield. Here we go. So. Let's see. Pocket shield capacity defense. Less damage bleed through to health so you die less. Shield takes less damage so you die less. Okay. That makes sense. So defense is more like penetration or bleed through, and resistance is shield hit points. Defense is your personal body hit points. Resistance is shield hit points. Well, it sounds like I'm just going to make all the stuff, right? Explosion emitter doesn't accept plugins. Workaround, go to user config, file, explosion emitters. Okay, so I think if I recall, there were... this thing has multiple... this thing can only hold so many plugins, right? That is the plugin. Here we go. Plugin slots 8. Oh, okay. Well, let's just make... there we go. Let's do a 50% bullet defense, 50% explosion, 50% bullet, 50% explosive. And just bump that up a little bit. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the... if I'm at negative 15% resistance, what a... like, is a 50% resistance just bring me to 35, or is it like 50% of negative 15? I don't know if it's additive or multiplicative. We'll find out. I'm going to add, I guess, another capacity plugin, which is actually probably already sitting there because of Izzy. What do these look like to Izzy? Can Izzy tell the difference? I might get a chance to test this out if that barely read that. If that comes closer, that may fly. Doesn't look like it is. Yeah, what do these look like on here? They don't show up here at all. Right? Yeah, I don't see them showing up here. It's possible that there's an issue with the blueprint. Pocket shield, yeah, no blueprint, no blueprint, no blueprint, no blueprint. So they won't show up unless I could manually figure out the blueprint, which I could do, but I'm not gonna. Especially not right now. So, in the meantime, why don't we just make myself another capacity. And then I will grab my bullet defense. Yeah, so explosion's up to 42%. Alright, so now I'm just carrying a ton of stuff. And my capacitor. So there we go, so now we're up to that many hit points. Sweet, now I feel well protected. Now I'm gonna go shoot somebody. Not really, though. We already got that. Character tools. And there we go. If you're hanging out in the chat today, feel free to say hi. You don't have to talk to me the whole time. I do appreciate a quick hello, but I also understand lurking because I do it plenty often. We need to... What did I say I was going to do first? Get the drill going. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, I already hit the shields a little. That's kind of cool, though. What does that look like from a outside perspective? I think it's just like a little bubble, right? Yeah, it's cool. I think I am taking some damage from that, but not much. Alright. Now that I'm functionally invincible, I want to kind of build out a wider... Did I bring any plates with me? No, of course not. Oh, that's another thing I want to know. Will these things go if I say, like, deposit? Okay, good, everything stays. That's a relief, because that's really annoying when it does that. Alright, give me, like, a bunch of steel plates. I want to make a wider base. What are we looking at here? Dusty, good. Yeah, I want to make a wider base for us to dig out. So this is just going to kind of be the... I want to go... I was hoping to go 3 more, but I think this will do fine. Okay. Let's take you out, because I'm going to go back a little bit more too. I don't necessarily think I need to cover the whole rear of the ship, but I do want it to be a bigger footprint than just what I've got. Alright. What? Are these blocks crooked? Oh no. Did I make the entire base? I did. The entire base is crooked. The entire base is crooked. Okay. Folks, we have a new plan for today. Brand new plan. And that is start over with this entire base because I am not building a slightly crooked base. This is not happening. Redo time. Alright, engines on. Unlocked. Lifting off. All engines on. There we go. Moving over. Oh, jeez. Moving over, as I said. We're just going to park ourselves over here. And I'm trying to think of the best way to do this with the build and repair. So you can see on the right there, my ooh, we are a bit back heavy, aren't we? Maybe not. Okay, locked, off, everything's off. Okay. Actually, let me turn on the build and repair and push it over to the side a little. So I can still... Yeah, see, it's not holding the thing anymore. If I do that, then it'll still work for me. Build and repair, turn off the area. Alright. Wrong way. So you might be asking yourself, how does one even build a base slightly crooked? And the answer to that question is, well, very carefully. And so, I got the wind indicator at the bottom too, that's nice. That's going to be useful only when we get to flying. So, what I'm going to do is probably some... you know what, actually, I'm going to... Ah, shoot, it's already... I already painted it pink, which means... delete. Hang on. Stop. Okay. Yeah, now I could just blueprint the Mars Base 1. And now we can paint this one pink. And now I can continue doing that. Continue eating that. And then we are going to make a new one. I think we're going to make a new one maybe like right here-ish. Seems pretty flat enough. Let's make this one slightly, like one block up off the ground. Gravity-aligned placement, which means it should be perfectly flat. So that's where we're going to start the build. And then, did I get rid of all the stuff? I need you. Ah, I just ate my block. Okay. New plan. We're going to start with a battery. A gravity-aligned battery. Okay. It won't eat that, but it won't build it. It's because it was the block, just the plain old steel block was just an unpowered grid, and so it had no, like, I got it set to janitor mode, so it'll just eat unpowered grids. I'm going to take the batteries. I'm going to have some scrap from the batteries, but at least I'll be able to get most of it in there, and I can go grab some. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Do we get it? There we go. Let's go grab some cells. I gotta do something about the back of the ship. I had some ideas for how to make this look nicer, but I've not had a chance. No, I'm full. There we go. Alright, now I should be good here to start building, because the build and repair won't... What is it doing? Okay, that was weird. It should let me... You should give me enough time to build here, because the Mars Base 1. Because it won't start building this until it's done eating that one. So, where is the projector should be the projector already. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this should just start kind of building itself when it gets around to it, and I'm going to go ahead and just lay out like an layer here. Yeah, so this base is just going to be raised up one from before. And the reason for that is just because in case I want to expand it out, you know, the ground is not super flat here. It's just barely flat. So like you could, oops, oh, that's fine. So you could see here that it's like we're already kind of digging into the ground a little bit. Just barely though, which is nice. This gives me that little bit of extra lift that the top isn't going to be. Now I can't see what I did. That the top, or yeah, that the like top of it isn't going to go under the sand. That was the thought I was trying to finish. What am I doing here? There we go. Alright. And then I still want to keep that, but that doesn't necessarily have to be... I don't need to keep that under there, right? Because we came out this far. I was going back and watching some of the older streams, and even the most recent one, and I started realizing that the later it gets in the evening, or into the night, because I usually stream until almost midnight my time, that I start getting more mumbly the tireder that I get, so I gotta make sure I'm drinking enough water that I don't start getting that. Alright. So, this is all good. I still am going to have that across the top, or, yeah, I still want to have that there, because the edge landing gear will land on that. The top landing gear lands on this thing, which doesn't need to be conveyors. But that's okay. I don't really need the... I don't really need this bottom piece. Like, I don't really need this whole back portion, so I'm actually going to... Because I don't want to disconnect this grid. So I'm going to just have this connected like that. And then get rid of these. Oh, nighttime. My first sunset on Mars. Ah, that's nice. Hopefully it doesn't get too dark at night here. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with this. Is it just going to come straight back, or is it going to come out of the middle for the ship to land on? No idea. But, in the meantime, I'm going to help this guy out with the... As you can see, the brand new Elite Grinder 5000 is much faster at grinding than the build and repair. Look at how crooked this is. Let me just make sure that this is not crooked. Ah. Oh, man. That's nice. You can see with the crosshairs. Wasn't I checking last week with the crosshairs and being like, yeah, this is totally even. But if you look at it from this side, of course it looks even because it's tilted this way. If you look at it from this side, oh, look at that. Oh, my God. God, just the worst. Then when we get full, I can just take these, dump them all out. And build and repair should just grab those. What we got here? A mosquito? Don't care. One of the mods I put in was for wreckages. So there should be some stuff when I start driving around here. There should be some like more challenges. There was already a assertive bunkers, which we didn't really move around enough on any of the other planets to spawn them, but Mars is big and flat, and I plan to drive a lot, so we should spawn some bunkers, and we should spawn some wreckages. The wreckages, as I understand them, are mostly armed if they are functional, so that'll be fun. We'll get some swag. I just threw out my thing. Give me my thing. Oh, that's motors. Ah, I just threw out one of my... I threw away one of my shield thingies. I had already grabbed it. That's fine. I think that was a... Wait, did I throw one out? 1, 1, 1, 1. No, maybe I didn't. Yeah, all the stats still look okay, I think. Yeah, okay.
Inventory full.
That was fast. Why'd I get some tubes? I'm going to let it take these because they have ice in them. Oh, I got power cells. I'm really tempted. I mean, now that I'm basically invincible, going and stealing a ship or something, but... Alright, now it's time to build this thing up. And all I know is I can start welding up some things. Like... let's see, can I get enough stuff going for it to be able to land? Ah! I don't know where the feet end up touching. Well, neither one of them seems to be coming at us. They're just moving at different speeds. So that's good. When the signal separated, I got nervous that one of them was coming after us. Alright, cool. So we got those laid down. Yep. And I'm going to walk through this. My thinking is if I can at least get the foundation here put out, then I could maybe get the ship back over here and land on it. I don't have that many steel plates in my inventory, but I could maybe at least make these things corporeal. Okay. Alright, so we got those things running again. And collecting ice. And then hopefully I can actually land on this thing again. What do I need? Interior plate? Interior plate, which I do not have on me. That's okay, it should be like the next thing to go. I think these things require some power cells, don't they? These moisture vaporators. No, they don't. Where did I get power cells out of? This thing? Yeah, okay. What else do I have on me? Some of those things. Guess I could just walk around putting a couple more of these in. It should start welding these things up pretty soon. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, these were... I forgot that these weren't fully built when I put them in, so they're holographic scaffolding. That makes sense. Yes, this whole thing is missing. Yeah, and that's it. Alright, well, as soon as it gets that thing welded up... What is it waiting on? I wonder what component it's trying to build. This thing is almost entirely made of iron with just a little bit of nickel and silicon. Now it's making noises. There we go, now we're starting to build everything. Alright, so the question is... Ooh, that was a weird game hitch. Did we just spawn something big in? No idea. Yeah, I know I walked around making these things corporeal here, but now I'm worried that if I hit it too hard with the ship, it's going to bust through. And then I've got a little bit of a problem. So I am going to wait and let it weld up a little bit. What do I got in terms of air? Oh, doing really good. That's just the suit. Suit running low. Let's see. I want to grab some components. I want to grab a couple steel plates, not that many. A couple of those, and a couple of these. All right. You know what, actually, I should just grab as many steel plates as I can carry and just help this thing out with building up some of these blocks. Technically, I don't need to weld them up. Well, no, I do. Even putting all the components in them, if they're not welded up, then they don't have the... what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say fortitude, but that's not the... or consistent. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. They don't have the health. They don't have the hit points if I don't weld it up. I'm fairly certain the sky is going to look very nice here once the sun goes down, because it's looking really nice. That's the end of that row. Yep, there we go. So, you know, as I said, this is like a chill stream kind of a thing, where, you know, I feel okay using all these, like, somewhat cheaty things to just kind of make life easier. But I'm thinking of doing more of a survival like impossible kind of thing. You know, like all the hard mods, essentially. Don't use any of those things. Don't use defense shields or anything. You know, no infinite power, no shields. Awe scrap, that kind of thing. You know, things to limit your O2 and all that. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure how well that plays as a stream, though, is my thinking. Because it's really... Like, it's fun to do solo, right? I've done it before, and it is really fun to do solo because of the challenge and everything, but I feel like it might be kind of boring for a stream, and that's what I'm kind of concerned about. Which is why I did not do that for this round, because, yeah, I mean, this is I think my 11th time or 12th time streaming Space Engineers or any sort of video game, so yeah, wanted to make sure I could at least sit here and talk for long enough before I tried to commit to actually working through how to keep myself alive while talking, because that's honestly the biggest challenge. You know, I feel like if I play any kind of game that has a difficulty setting, I always have to do it like one level below where I would normally do it, like one level easier than I would normally do it, to account for the fact that I also have to talk while I'm playing, which is a very serious handicap for my ability to play video games, it turns out. Let's see, I think I'm just going to let it weld up the last couple of blocks here, because it's basically sending out the steel plates as fast as it can make them. My good buddy Green Lantern 999 and I are probably going to start playing Star Trek Online as a weekly series or a semi-weekly series coming up. So that's going to be fun. We've been playing that game. I mean, I started playing that game during the Head Start. I need to put some blocks here, don't I? To kind of raise that up. I was going to have this be like a larger wall all the way around. Yeah, we started playing that game, or I started at least, at the Head Start, which was in like, I don't know, very early 2010, I think. Or maybe even 2009. I don't even remember at this point. But I love that game. I've been a lifetime subscriber for years, and it's been a long time since I've played the early game. Like, I haven't made a new character in a long time. So we made new characters. We used to do like once a week. We used to get together, and he and my wife and I would play, and that was super fun. But that was a very long time ago, and that was the last time that I think made new characters all together. So. The only time I'd made new characters recently was when they came out with like the what were they? The Jem'Hadar, you know, like the Dominion expansion. And so I played all those early levels and everything, but I haven't played just like the straight up Federation levels lately. And I haven't played the Discovery missions. So I want to kind of go back. I know it's been a long time since the last time they did, like they've revamped some of the early levels. Yeah, it's been such a long time. I want to go back and, you know, replay them again. It's been years. So that might be our Friday night fun for a bit. We do a podcast called Structured Gibberish that we've been doing since like 2019 or so, and it's not 2012. And, this year we turned it from a like standard recorded, you know, pre-recorded podcast for your iPod to being like a YouTube stream with video and stuff, which is going okay. It's hard to get followers on YouTube is the thing. It's much easier. It seems much easier to get followers on Twitch, at least, like in terms of discovery. So anyway, I think we have enough base here that I could pick the ship up and fly it over, so let's do that. Which is the front? There's the front. Okay. All engines on. There we go. Oh god. Dampeners are off. That was bad. I always do that. I turn dampeners off to land flat. Then I forget to turn them back on. Alright, give me the... I think I want the camera to point... Whoa, wait a second. Is this really the... Yes, hold on, I gotta read that message again. Hold Alt to pan, Alt Shift V to reset. Oh, it is reset. I can't tell. I thought the crosshair would still be like right in the center, but I guess it is not. So, alright. So kind of lining up for there. Yeah, this is good. Rotate a little. Down, down, down. Forward a little. We want to aim for this square right here. I should probably paint that one a different color so I know what to aim for. I think we are roughly good, even here. So we are locked, off, out. Stuff's flying by again. What is that? Oh, there's a signal out there. Okay. There's a wasp. Alright, let's head back out and see what we got now. Oh, I should, no, not you. You. Tell the build and repair to... Because the thing is directly underneath us now, so we don't need the horizontal offset anymore. Okay. Alright, so it's probably actually just about done. Ooh, that's not a terrible job lining that up. It's actually probably my best landing so far. Alright, so the plan here is that I kind of want to get rid of most of this supporting stuff in between. Like there's a lot of unnecessary steel here that isn't holding ship up that we can get rid of. So I think I want to do that and make this more of the outer thing. But what do I want to... How do I want to design this? Because I want to basically take away like a whole bunch of this extra stuff, because the landing gear always hits the same spot each time no matter what, because the ship is always lined up with the connector. So I don't really need this whole long big thing here. I do need it to be, however, well, there's a couple things I need. I need the middle part to still be there, because that's where the pipe is, and that's where the front landing gear lands. So, the question is going to be, do we change it so that the tube runs to the back, and the front is just, yeah. The front is just regular armor? I think that's probably the best way to go. And then we'll take this and make this... well, actually, I did already make it so it was like kind of piping straight down. But I think it would make more sense to have it... Oh, I can't because there's batteries here. Well, the batteries are not charged yet. We could always remove these batteries. Or, like, move these batteries, I should say. There's a battery underneath it. We're going to get rid of the, we're going to get rid of the... Yeah, you know what? Let me just set these to discharge so that they're not... Yeah, we'll plan on them going away. I don't want to... If I grind them out right now, then the thing will just rebuild them. And that's also why I can't get rid of any of the struts right now, because the... you know what I'm trying to say. The projector is still active. God, it's too late. It's already too late, and I just started. But yeah, we'll have the tubing run back, and then kind of go down that way, and it'll kind of run down the back wall. I really want to know which mod has screwed up the, or if this is the base game, has screwed up the texturing on my landing gear. Anyway, let's get to work on that. I think I'm going to have the drill and fill start. Actually, I'm going to start trying to get that set up while it's still welding this stuff. And then we'll, let's see, is it going to be worth it to try to actually collect... Ooh, there's going to be a lot of stone. I could just waste the stone. Or I could collect the stone and get just a massive ton of base materials out of it. And I could set up like a gravel ejector. Oh, that's tempting because the, I mean, I got materials here. Might as well use them, right? Yep, I think we're going to do it. So, first thing I'm going to do is that. I'm going to set that up. So I need a sorter. I think I'm just going to poop it out the back here. And then do... I think, didn't I have a connector, or did I get rid of it? I think I got rid of it. Do a connector here, and I need steel plate. No. Okay. I don't have a control panel I can use, can I? Yep, almost. Nope. Alright, these are going to be temporary... Oh, who doesn't... I never named that connector on the ground. That's fine. This is going to be the... I'm going to go ahead and name it. Gravel ejector. And then the sorter is going to be the gravel sorter. And we are going to tell it to whitelist specifically gravel. And then the ejector. I'm not going to do drain all because it essentially becomes like a blocker, you know, kind of a thing. So I am going to tell this one to throw out gravel. I might have to also tell it to collect all. Do we have any gravel? Yes, we do. We have a bit. So this if this works, it should start throwing out gravel. And in theory, the build and repair would then start sucking it right back up. But it is not. So why is that? Actually, here's a question. Is there like a break in the tube or something? Can I pull the gravel? Yeah, I can pull gravel through to myself, so it can get through here. Okay, so what did we do wrong? Maybe I do need to tell the sorter to drain all. Whitelist gravel. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. It's technically working. So then what we need to do is just tell the build and repair not to... Here we go. Disable gravel. So basically I'll just leave the gravel in a big pile on the ground there. Cool. I might end up putting a second one on here if we start building up gravel too fast. So what do we want to do next? I think I want to go do this from the cockpit. Alright, this would have been easier in the daytime, but let's see if we could figure this out. The drill system. We need to turn on... No. This one. Show area. And I can't see what's going on. We're going to change the forward offset back to 0. Keep everything at 0. So these things are both offset. Like, none of them are centered. Is it time for math? I think it might be time for math. Hang on. So, each one of these blocks is 2.5 meters. So I want to go to the middle, essentially, of this block that's down in the ground. So we're actually not that far out. So if I expand, if I expand it by, we are right at the edge here. So this would be like 2.5, and then half of 2.5, which is 1.25, so 3.25. Let's see where we get if I go to the drill system and just... The width is 12 point nothing, so that would be 15.25. Ah, I'm off by a block. Is it the same on this side? Okay, so guardrails are going to go in at some point. So I should need to add 2.5. Okay, here we go. Area width 17.5. Oh, you know what? I have to do everything by... I have to multiply everything by 2. That's why it's doing that. Because it expands it out by... on both sides. So if I say it goes up 2.5, each side goes out 1.25. That's why it's doing that. So let's take control again. And the area width is going to be 20.5. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so what is not perfect is how far is the hole going to go out? So we stopped there, so we're going to need to change that because it's centered around where the drills are. Do I want the front to stick out? Like, the back sticks out way far, but do I want the front to maybe stick out a little further? I think I might. Let's turn off this projector so I don't have to deal with holograms anymore. And I think what I'm going to do is... Oh, it's still got the thing. I didn't realize this was still part of the... Get rid of that. I didn't realize that was still part of the blueprint. I think it was underground when I built this the first time, and I didn't realize it was there. Yeah. So, I think what we want to do is... Maybe... Well, let's see what we need to do to get this back, because this is the back that I want. And we're going to have to go back pretty far for that. So we are going to need to go back like... Let's see, that's at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So what's 13 times 2.5 is... Oh boy. 13 times 2.5 is... 30... I'm getting the calculator up. Stand by while I pull up a spreadsheet, as if I'm in like EVE Online here. I have actually written some complex stuff to do stupid math, and like if you've ever had to like stack pistons and try to calculate how many pistons you need to go from one depth to another depth, given that they're like compressed. They're a certain length, and then they get like 3 times as large. Anyway, 13 blocks that are each 2.5 is 32.5, and then so we need to further multiply that times 2, so it's going to be 65. So I need the area to come back 65 blocks, or to expand by 65 blocks, which is also going to push this forward by 13 blocks. Let's see how that looks. I think that's going to be too much, but let's see how that looks. So that's the forward offset. We want to go back negative 65. I might be off by a little bit. Like I think I may actually wanted that to be like a half back. Oh, I hit the wrong. I changed the wrong value. I changed the forward offset, which I'm making 0 again. It was the depth needs to increase by 65, so that's going up to 90. Oh, and it can only be 75. Okay. Well, that answers that question. So we're gonna have to scoot that back a little bit. Okay, that's probably pretty good then. Let's scoot it back and then see how far we stick out on the front. So we need to scoot it back by 1, 2, 3.5 blocks. 3.5 blocks is... I could probably fairly easily do this in my head, but I have the calculator in front of me now, and so I am completely paralyzed. 10.5 meters. I must use the calculator now. So we are going to push it back by negative 10.5. And no, that is incorrect. I need to push it forward by like a quarter or so. $10.25. No? Is this like a different unit or something? Forward offset, it just did not take. Yeah. What is it? Is it like rounding or something? Oh, that did move. I think. No, it didn't. He's good. Alright, we'll figure this out. Let's just move it forward. Oh, it keeps... I think... Is it like just rounding to the nearest... Oh, that's weird. Should this be, Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot again. I'm doing the wrong thing. This needs to be, like 9.25 or something like that, right? Now we're getting close. Maybe just 9. Yeah, there we go. We figured it out. That's close enough. Alright. Are there 2 signals up there? Yeah. Okay, so then where does the front... There's some overlap between these two. There would have to be. Yeah. Alright, so where does the front go? That's not bad. I'm going to extend this out to the front, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab a bunch of steel from here. Okay. Alright, so... I think we're going to have to just do like the top layer here, and once it digs down, then we'll do the... Is it in the middle? It is. It's perfect. Okay. So that's where we're going to dig to. That's where we're going to dig around, rather. That's our dig site. Let's run around it real quick and make sure. That looks good. This looks good. Alright, so then the last thing we just need to do is figure out how deep we're going to go. What is the depth? That's probably not bad, actually, if we just push that down into the ground. I'm not going to try and do the math right now to figure out how far that is. Let's just push it down by like 15. Let's see where we get. That is the vertical offset. Set to like -15. Oh. That's pretty good right there. Alright. I think I'm going to increase the depth, though. By a bit. I want to have a big old hole here that I could then, like, kind of build out underground from. So we're going to increase the area height. If I say I want it to be like 40, then we'd have to, it's going to move up 20. So then the vertical offset would have to become -35. And I definitely did that math wrong. Where is my thing now? What about 30? Do we see it yet? This thing is so temperamental. There we go, 25. So it's going to dig 40 meters down, which is 10 blocks down? Roughly? I mean, almost 10. Right? 40 divided by 2.5 is 16. Yeah, that was close. 16 blocks. That's pretty good depth. I think we're going to just go with that. That's awfully deep, and that's going to take a while to drill out. So, yeah, I think we're ready to go. We're going to start this sucker going. And I'm going to leave the drilling guide on for now, but I do want to tell it to collect the stone. It can collect whatever else it finds down there as it goes, if it finds anything, but it shouldn't. I'm going to tell it to collect the stone. It's almost certainly going to overwhelm the cargo of the ship, but what'll just happen is any stone we can't take on just kind of gets destroyed, and that's fine. I'm considering this to be a bonus. And then we'll process all that stone and throw out all the gravel and be good to go. And I forgot to actually turn it on. Alright, let's see what we get. Now the thing is... Oh good, it is starting here. Sometimes it starts deep underground, and then you don't actually see anything happening for a while. But, yeah. So how are we doing on the gravel chute here? I was going to try and make a thing, but I don't think it'll let me actually do what I want to do as long as there's a bunch of gravel here. No. I was going to make an actual bin to collect it, but that's fine. So what's basically going to happen here is it's just going to keep spitting out this gravel, and eventually it'll start to despawn, and then I don't really care. We could probably, whatever gravel is still sitting out here when it's done, we'll just collect it back up, and then that'll just be that'll be our stock of gravel in case we need gravel for anything. There are some modded things that need gravel, so if I ever want to use like the concrete gun, which I think I had. Do I have the concrete gun in here or no? No, I don't. Well, anyway, it's going to be doing this for a while. And while it's doing this, before the sunrise, I'm going to go ahead and start rebuilding parts of the ship. Parts of the base, I mean. And I'm going to give you your stuff back. Actually, no, give me those. Okay. So, we wanted to work on getting rid of, like, most of the stuff in the middle here. Is this still connected? Yes. Is it? No. Oh my god. That's why there's an unnamed connector. I had the blueprint upside down the first time. I thought it was weird that there wasn't a connector on the blueprint originally. I had the blueprint upside down, so it built it downwards under the ground. So, let's just get rid of that. Alright, oop, yep, alright. So we want... That definitely needs to go out to there. Actually, yeah, no, we are going to have it go out to there just because this middle section needs to go out and hit that. Actually, does it? That middle section doesn't need to go out to there. That could be like a front thing that comes out. Not that it really matters, because, you know, we're still going to have the, like, is there a point to having, like, an open hole in the middle under the ship? I don't really think so, but I do need to get... Oh, did I already... Oh no, shoot, I did already separate the ship. Stop it. Stop it. I separated this grid. The build and repair was trying to take it from me. Okay, so we gotta make sure. The first thing that I wanted to do was build something across here to hold, like to connect these things to the side. Not really. Is this top section? Are we gonna try and pressurize this underground base? I mean, we totally could, because there's oxygen in the air and I could just vent it in. So, yeah, let's try and make this pressurizable. That is still stuck on the end there. So now we can get rid of... Okay, and that's stuck there, so we can get rid of this now. Okay. So I think we can get rid of these. And grab these. Do a straight one. Like that. I wonder how we're doing on the, do I have a thing I could look up in? How are we doing on stone? A lot. We have a lot of stone. We are going to have like 1 million iron when we're done. Fair enough. I'm down with it. But this is digging much faster than I anticipated. No. Well. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do there. I wanted to have this run to there, essentially. Do that. And that's my battery there. I'm just going to leave that there for now. Well, we're going to figure out the battery situation at some point. Okay, so that's running all the way to the back. That's connected on the side, which means I can get rid of these connections now.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Inventory full.
Alright. These things might look better as some other kind of thing. Like these platforms that they're sitting on, there might be like a different... I could probably make these like interior blocks or something like that, just to make them look a little different than just armor blocks sticking out. But we'll figure that out later. I want to continue blocking these things off. We're going to do 3 blocks for each. And fall down while I'm looking at the keyboard. Okay. Which means we can get rid of the blocks in between.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
I am aware of the inventory.
Inventory full.
You know, there's a possibility that these are actually going to fall to where the build and repair can't get them. Maybe not. But either way, let me dump a bunch of these things out here. I think it's mainly those tubes that were taking up my inventory space. Let's put down like 700 of them. Alright, that's looking good on that side. Carefully walking around. I was originally thinking of putting like rails here, but I'm pretty sure they're going to like get vaporized when we land, so not going to do that. Nope, wrong one. Jeez, I'm going grinder crazy. Alright, so there we go. So we got that part. I am going to have to move... Whoa. It's a lot farther down now. I am going to have to move the... excuse me. I am going to have to move the... what do they call it? The vaporators. I think that I do want to actually run this forward and not backwards, just because as it stands right now, I need to have something running forward anyway to cover up that thing there, that landing gear. Do I really need... I don't know, it's pretty far forward though. I guess I could just take a few blocks back. And then we just have that whole middle section, but now I'm thinking... Yeah. I don't know, maybe we just run the entire thing the whole way through, actually. and let this just kind of like be a spine on the front or something. I don't know. Did I just see a red Manta transporter? Yeah, actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. Is have this be kind of like a spine that runs all the way across the front. But yeah, well... because this is a middle. Like, we could have this whole section in the front be kind of open here. Maybe. How many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, I think this is. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have like a spine running across here, and it's just going to be nothing but these things straight across, and I need interior plates. And I'm falling in the deep dark hole. But yeah, we are going to move the vaporators to probably like out the back or something, just so that they're out of the way, and we could probably get even more of them. Make like a little vaporator farm. So I need interior plate. And I do not need like this many plates. Just give me like a ton of these things. Hopefully the plan, yikes, will eventually be more obvious what I'm doing here, but for the time being, this is what I'm doing. And honestly, when I say the plan, I'm being very, very vague about the plan, because I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just... that hurt my eyes. Ah, jeez. Okay, hold on. I don't want to cause any seizures here. I am kinda sorta have something in mind, but I'm not really like married to the idea of the thing that I'm doing here, so we're just gonna see how it goes. So that is going to stay like that, and we're just going to have like a center thing. So here's what I'm thinking, and this is the thing that I haven't said yet. I think I have modded hangar doors that can go up to 5 blocks long. So let's throw a 5 blocker in there. And just see what we've got here. So these are modded hangar doors. The 1 block is actually 2. So the 5 has like, you know, there's the end block. Yeah, so that would, if we put this at the very end, it would not reach all the way there. So this could actually be our end block. We could replace all the ends with this. But the idea being that we could completely close up this top section if we needed to, or we could open it up if we needed to, like bring a mining ship out the front here or something like that. Like it could come and it could dock underground, and then we could close this up again or something. So my thinking is it's probably not generally worth it to have like the whole thing be able to open, but some parts of it are definitely going to want to open. And so what I'm going to do right now is go out here by the rock pile and start yeah, okay. Start extending this out a little bit so that I can move the vaporators. So we're going to go corner, right? Corner like that, and then I need a T. Like like that because it's going to keep going down into the ground. And then I'm just going to move this out by one and go... I think we're going to do 4 of them. And then grab the... Oh, it's already here. These things, as long as they don't fall on my head while I'm working, we'll be okay. Put these things in here. There we go. So that'll be my evaporator farm out here. And then we can get rid of this one under here and make this more of a sealable area. Which of course means I have to build wall all the way down. And if I want to seal this in airtight. So obviously the top layer, we're going to probably need it to be ventable because, you know, if we open this, it's going to vent. But there's going to be multiple floors to this thing, I think. Well, I should hope so because it is a big giant hole. But I'm thinking maybe from roughly the landing gear forward is going to be kind of a hangar where things can come up and out. I could also, once it's drilled out most of this, I could push the drill forward a bit and have it drill a bit forward. So we could extend this forward a little bit and have a little more space to work. And actually, I think I am going to do that. So let's just go ahead and plan for that right now. I assume I have a bajillion metal on me. So let's see, this is 5, 10, 15... I can't really go further than that without being underground, so that's where I'm going to stop. And then hope, whoops. Hope that the slope is the way I think it is. And it is. I guess build and repair doesn't stretch out this far anymore. That's fine. I have enough blocks here. There are enough plates, rather. There we go. Alright, then... I actually want to get rid of this one. And continue to extend this forward. This is going to be a corner. There we go. Good, and then I could actually take these back. Once we get this all set up structure-wise here, we'll end up probably putting some more build and repairs in. Oh, it is able to hit it over there. Yeah, okay, fine. Whatever. Alright, so what is our strategy for getting rid of these is... Okay, so that's not going to fall. That's not going to fall. So let's just paint them pink. Because they may or may not have some stuff in them. Come on, there you go. Alright, and then we're going to put back our straight armors. Straight armor conveyors. Alright. So that's connected now, and that's connected there. So, now it's time for what may or may not be the fun part. And that's putting in a ton of armored blocks. So these take, what, a lot of steel plate mostly? Yeah, this is mostly a bunch of iron. Okay, so I need a 3 block. What's the weather doing out here? Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. What's my hydrogen and oxygen looking like? Looking fantastic. Okay. So we are going to get rid of... I hope I can get rid of this and still get a thing in here, like... we need a 2 block door. There we go. Yeah. Okay, let's get rid of these 2. Okay. So that'll close that up. I am so glad Keen fixed the collisions of these things, because what I just did there would have been impossible like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, whenever that update came out. The collisions of these things, even though they were already technically like super close to each other, it would have been impossible to put these things underneath it. I really want to name these things. I don't think I can get to their control panels, but I can maybe get to... Got rid of my ability to get to anything. Alright, moisture vaporator. This is part of Mars Base 1. Okay, and we can... I do not need to see these on the toolbar or in the terminal. And then these are... Oh, apparently I just took a screenshot. Doop, doop, doop. Alright, there is quite the weather going on out there. That's gonna be in my ice. I'm gonna need to build stairs, of course, at some point. Okay, so... Boy, it's taking a long time to build these. What is it doing? Is it trying to collect... Is the build and repair also collecting the stone? I bet it is. That's probably why this is going so fast. Okay, so I need to do the same thing to these. And I think I was being unnecessarily careful, because obviously the ship isn't going to fall. But... So we'll go there. Oh, let me just dump out all my stuff here. Okay. Okay. So there's that. Those will now close there. And then for the rest of it, we're taking off the top layer. And actually, I'm going to do that with this thing, just so that I'm not carrying around all the stuff with me. If I could see which ones I need to get rid of. This one, this one, this one, this one. This one, this one, this one. This one, this one, this one. A, B, C, D. And then I could go a little further out with it. don't want to go... Yeah, I don't want to go past there. Because we don't have the wall set up. But that's fine. Yeah, I don't want to go past here, basically. Okay. Then we're just going to put in... What do these need to be, like 4 blockers, I think? 5 blockers. After they're gone. Yep, and then that will just seal this whole thing shut. I'm probably going to replace this one with a T-junction. I put a conveyor, a full-on conveyor block there at one point because it was, I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I think I'm going to make that just a straight-up T-junction because it's just going to run across the middle. So, oops. I might, at some point, make a straight-up delineation, like right about here, where only, yeah, where this part back here could remain sealed or something like that. I don't know. I'm just going to do doors all the way across for now, and then see what happens. We're going to need a lot of iron for this, but luckily we're digging up a ton of it right now. Modded hangar doors are awesome. They function just like regular hangar doors. This mod is the armored hangar doors plus small grid mod. So, in case anyone was wondering. But they're basically just like normal, you know, big hangar, like the vanilla hangar doors, I mean to say. In fact, it looks like they actually use the build states from the vanilla ones. I like them because they are perfectly flat on top and not, there's no like ornateness to them, so they look just like kind of regular blocks, but they go out 5 blocks. There's been a lot of mods that have attempted to make longer airtight hangar doors. These are the only ones that, at least I'm familiar with, that have their own custom model to them. So, but yeah, with this we'll be able to seal up the roof if we get like attacked or something. Yeah, sure, I'll just fall down in the hole, that's fine. How is the hole coming along here? Hole's looking good. Looking like a deep, maybe too deep hole. Yeah, and I'm realizing now that we're not even halfway done with this hole. I thought it was going really fast, but we are not. We are not. This is going to be an awesome base, though, when it's done. Ooh, that unknown signal is going to be kinda close. Might be worth a trip out. I think it is. That's when that lands, it's going to be really close to us. Oh, jeez. Fuel. Alright, let's go back to putting these in. I'm actually wondering if the things that you know, these things are going to be really hefty hangar doors. Like, these have a lot of material in them. I'm wondering if I shouldn't have made the landing struts like heavy armor or something like that, just to give them the same kind of, you know, resistance that you know, that the hangar doors will have. Because if the ship wasn't here, and a couple of bullets come in, they could easily just kind of like sever off one of these platforms if it's a good enough shot. But there's also the thing to consider when the ship is on top of it, that the ship does have giant hydrogen tanks right here, and they are usually fairly full, and would be a rather large explosion. So, and I think I nerfed the ammo explosion with a mod, but the hydrogen tanks will still explode. And that would probably do some damage to the base. Although one might argue that having the doors open just means the explosion goes into the void of the base, but I think I'd rather protect whatever is in the base. So what I'm thinking is, this is going to be really deep, and I may not use the entire hole, but underneath this part of the ship is going to be mainly like, oh yeah, this is very deep. Under this part of the ship is going to be living quarters, command center. We can do all sorts of cool stuff down there. In the front of the ship, where the hole sticks out, it's going to be bays of some sort, so like ships can fly out. I want to have some way to get rovers in and out, so I might do like a lift kind of a thing, where the rovers can like drive onto this, and then the lift will take them down, and they could drive in. That will be very cool if I could pull that off, and I see no reason why I could not pull that off. Let's get rid of the rest of this side stuff, because it's all connected at this point, so let's get rid of it all. I see 3 things flying around, which implies to me that the build and repair is occupied with collecting stone, and so I'm just going to tell it to just stop trying to collect stone, and then I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about it. I need it to pay attention to me. Oh. Yeah. Oh, that was what I wanted to do. Yep, there we go. Okay. Then after it's done taking those, we'll plop in the rest of these things. So what I was thinking was actually right here. So I'm actually going to take these out.
Inventory full.
Yes. Right here, I'm going to do a row across, and this is going to be the separator between our 2 sections here. So we'll be able to open this section independently of this section. And the reason I took those out is so that I could group all of these together first without having to worry about stuff. So I need to find a control panel that I could borrow. Can I sneak around you? Okay, look at all these hangar doors. We are going to call these hangar door... I have no idea. I'm going to call them rear for now, as in the, like, rear of the base. I don't know. Yeah. And this reminds me that I do need to come into the auto doors and tell it to ignore auto close hangar doors. False. Otherwise, it's going to, 10 seconds after opening them, it's going to close them again, so I don't want to do that. Okay, so those are all grouped together now. And then we could put in the next set, and they will be... I'll be able to group those into the front doors. And actually what I'm going to do is even group these two sides separate as well. We're just going to call those the right, or the left bay, rather. Hangar, door, left bay, and replace. And then name the group that as well, and then get rid of them. Then we're going to go over and do the other side. Now, if we really wanted to be fancy with this and not have to worry about the air tightness, ooh, I just thought about that. We could do... boy. Did I put them in or not? Oh, I have these hangar doors too. These things are nice. Like, it's just a single unit of hangar door. It's like just a big giant opening. Are they walls? I had like force fields or something. Here we go. Force field generators. These things go way out. What these will do is essentially create an airtight seal that ships and people can walk through. Oh, that would be very cool, actually, because we could just layer those around here and then I don't have to worry about air tightness. As long as the power stays on, we'll be good. Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay. Well, we'll have to wait, I think, until after we're able to put in another layer underneath here. But let me go layer these things up here real quick. Right bay. My cat is currently walking around with his nighttime routine where he finds a little mouse toy in the house and then walks around announcing that he found it, so that you can and then he'll bring it to you and leave it near you, and then you can pet him and he can be happy that he was able to bring you something. Let's see. So what we're gonna want to do is what we should have done. What we should have done was put these armored conveyors one block lower. Yeah, and I think I am going to do the heavy armor replacement. I think I should have enough. I should have enough cobalt for the metal grids. But yeah, what I want to do is put a layer of heavy armor here and then move all of these down one, essentially. And the reason for that is so that the force field things underneath have a thing to hit up against. So first, let me put... This is light armor, right? Yeah. Build out. We can build out sort of far with these, but not all the way, because I still have to... Yeah, it's as far as I can go. When we end up pushing the drill and fill forward a little bit, we'll be good. We may actually run into an issue at some point with the stone that we can't make new components because the ship is full of stone. So I should probably check that that's not happening. Yeah, it is. You know what? I'm going to tell it... I'm going to tell the drill system to stop collecting stone. And we're gonna keep on processing the stone. Right? How much? I'm kind of nervous to look at how much stone we have. We have filled up. Yeah, we have filled up the entire ship with stone, front to back. Yeah, we're gonna. Luckily, we're chewing through it and throwing out the gravel, which should immediately start freeing up some space. So. Yeah. We may end up with so much material that the ship is just basically full of iron and stuff. Such a problem to have. Okay. But I was wondering if that was why things were taking so long to build out here, was because it couldn't actually build more components because it didn't have room to put them anywhere. Oh, I was going to go get that signal. Let's go get that thing. And hopefully not smack into anything while we're flying in this storm. This better not be one of those ones that jumps when you get close. Oh, I think it is. Where's the button? There it is. Alright, we're going to kind of sneak up on it. Hang on. Because I think if we get too close, this will just take off and fly away from me. Oh, jeez. Oh, it didn't get very far. Come on. Ooh, radar drill. Alright. Oh, some space credits. I haven't gotten any space credits yet. And of course, I don't have enough room for the stuff. Great. Hold on. I already lost it, didn't I? There it is. You know, it's my fault for assuming I would eventually land on something. Okay. I do not need this. I don't need these anymore. I'm going to have more of that coming in and more of that. Okay. Please take all that stuff. And I'm going to go back and get the thing. Ow, good God. Okay, well, thank goodness I had the shield on, because that would definitely have been death, and I'd be looking for my body in the middle of a snowstorm. It's funny that I'm spending so much time doing this when I should be working on other things, but obviously I'm going to have plenty of iron forever. I don't know that the ship will be able to lift off, honestly. I'm going to have to... We're going to have to get some containers set up inside the base pretty quick. And, yeah. Get a lot of this stuff off of the ship. Yeah, we don't need you anymore. And hopefully I won't die on the way back. Alright. Okay, look at that. Things are starting to be built now. Yeah, I think the ship was so full that it couldn't build components because it had nowhere to put them, maybe? I don't know if it would have put stone inside of the assembler now that I think about it. But either way, what did I want to do here? So, first thing I want to do is test out whether I could do the do the hangar door thing or not. The force field door. We would just do a... Oh, I want to say we'd have to do a 6 block, because I think it's more. Right, if we go like this. If we go like this here. Oh, this is hard to see because I can't get it all on the screen at once. No. That is not what we want. That is one more than what we want. So we do want to stick with whatever the normal hangar door is. That's what we want to go with. So let's grab a 5 block, and then we'll figure out underneath those things at some point. I just want to see how this looks. We probably want it up at the top level like this. Oh, that's an interesting idea. I could run completely underneath this, couldn't I? Well, we'll do it to here for now. Let's see what these look like. I don't think these things use power, which is interesting. Like, I think they're just passive doors. So I should actually probably check. How is the ship doing on power? The batteries are at like 2/3. I like being able to look through the windows and see things. So I don't know when it's actually going to get around to building one of these. Oh, it did. Can you actually see it? I thought you used to be able to see these things. Could be because of the other... Could be because of the other thing that's around it for the drill and fill. Or it could just be the darkness. I don't know. Okay, so I want to... I want to redo this tubing system on top here. And actually first, I'm going to take out this. And this is going to go to heavy armor. I'm only doing the outer, the topmost layer as heavy armor. Potentially also, like this underlayer here. I'm probably not, though. It's probably a waste of heavy armor. Okay, so I want to replace... Oh, you know, an interesting thing is that I don't really have a good way... Oh, I could reinforce it underneath. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't really have a good way to to keep these things from dropping off. Once I sever them, they're just going to be... these hangar doors are going to be held up by the landing gear. That's okay, though. I'll run something underneath. But first I want to do the tube. So let's do the tube first. Or at least as much as the tube as I can get right now. So for that, I'm going to run a tube underneath. And then we'll work on replacing the top row with heavy armor. It's funny that I'm heavy armoring up the base, but the ship itself is light armor. So it's, you know, it's thick, but you're going to have to, you know, you're going to have to shoot up the ship quite a bit before you're even hitting the bottom. Either way, it just makes me feel better so I can sleep at night. I gotta figure out what I'm doing with this battery. Because this was not originally supposed to be here today. And this is where our... How's the battery dead? No, it's slowly charging. Oh no, it is. It's dying. Oh, yeah, all the batteries are dying because the sun's not up. That's fine. So actually I could just wait till it dies and move it. So let's set you to discharge. You're just going to kind of be in the way for a minute. We need to get rid of... This is the T. What is this going to be? Still, it's still going to be a T. It's just going to go down. Those things are going to be filling up with ice for a little bit. T. Oops. Find me a... Ah. No. Hitting all the wrong buttons. Okay, so... Stop it. That should be... Yeah, that's what I want. Because then it'll face down, but it'll still stick out for those things. And then we're gonna... Yeah, so this is not going to be connected until I move that battery. And I think probably the best thing to do... I just want to have a battery on the... I just want to have a battery on the station somewhere, so that if I pick the ship up for some reason, if I have to make like a fast emergency exit, this grid just doesn't end up being depowered or something. Alright. While I'm waiting for that for a minute, let's take care of this thing. So, we need this one to be a T-junction. Okay, right, because that's there, that's there, that's there. That is a T-junction now. And then I need to brace this, because we're going to... Actually, can I brace all the way up? Oh, I can't. Because we are going to get rid of this junction and this junction and give it straight armor there. So straight down armor. And then we can get rid of these. Okay. So that's there now. So nothing's really going to connect until we get rid of this battery. How's it doing? It's at 9.1. I'm going to get rid of it. And give it the straight armor. Conveyor. Okay, so now once these all weld up, we should be good to go. And what better way to get them to weld up than to let the build and repair eat a couple of them. And I did not mean to take you out, did I? Well, actually, I kind of did, because I'm going to replace this with heavy armor. I want just a rim on the top of heavy armor. But if it eats these... It might reuse those parts immediately when it's done, or it might not. It is likely still building these things. I'm hoping it will prioritize the tubing. I really need to get a second build and repair going here. I'm wondering if it's worth building that in now. Maybe having them like hanging down from this. Yeah, I don't see why not. It's not going to go a whole lot faster, but let's see where we're going to put it. Let's put it, for the time being, temporarily. Let's just put one like there. Does this have one on both sides? Yeah. Put one there. I don't know which way is front and which way is not front, but I want to be able to cover a lot of stuff, so we're gonna just grab a spot there put one right there. And then once those are constructed, they should be able to help build other things. My assumption here is that our holdup is the assemblers. Yeah. I don't have speed modules on. They're all power efficiency because I didn't have the materials to build speed modules at the time I put them in. And power is still technically at a premium because we're not able to float in space, so we're at the mercy of nighttime or daytime. Okay, so it is prioritizing these, which is good. I'm gonna give it a few more of these things to eat so that it can hopefully get us a full connection here, and then I can turn these new build and repairs on. What do I have on board? I've got stuff. I could build some stuff. Hang on. What's this guy doing up here? What does that say? Peon? Peon, okay. Now we got most of a build and repair set up. Get this thing. Oh, and now I've run out of stuff. Okay, cool. We're getting a lot of this put together here. This is good. Yeah, I really should have built backwards before I built forwards, because then it, you know, I don't need things going this way, except for the build and repair, but, the build and repairs, the extra ones, you know, because the assemblers are not going any faster, so that's not the issue, but it'll help me with, disassembling, like eating things, disassembling parts, while the other ones are building things. At least that's my thinking. Who knows? Do we have the other build and repairs done, or what is it doing? I'm hoping it's building this one right here. What is it doing? I don't know, but I'm gonna build this one manually. Where's my hole at? Oh, construction components. We're probably... Yeah. We're at a, we are just purely at just a straight up lack of components right now. So, eat a few more of these, please. I'm going to leave these top ones here until I can... well, actually, no, I guess I don't need to do that. I'm not going to disconnect anything. Well, it's already disconnected if it is, so... Alright. How are we doing on... Okay. I'm probably going to have to go in for oxygen pretty soon. Alright, we're going to do heavy armor across here. I can only assume it's building the doors before the build and repair, which is not what I want it to do. I wonder if I can deprioritize doors temporarily. Build and repair. Let's... Door is already like the bottommost thing. Almost. So you are a MB1 build and repair, as are you. What settings do I have? I want... fly mode, I want grind before weld. I don't want you to pick up gravel or stone. That should still be good for you, right? Yeah, gravel or stone, no. Don't worry about building doors. I think this is building, right? No, yeah, welding, yeah, okay. Do that. That should be okay. Do we want to do nearest first? Probably want to actually do nearest first. Collecting is good, and then push immediately. And I'm just going to leave that. Oh, I'm going to... What do I have this? I think the sound volume I want at 35. Because these things get loud sometimes. Okay. So then... Push immediately. Push, push, push. Not that it really matters, because the Izzy will take them. Okay. So all of you can just be on whenever you get around to getting charged up. And I'm going to drop off my empty bottles. And take 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Ow. Are we building the build and repairs now? I'm seeing lights flashing over here. Yes, the build and repairs are all built. Okay, good. At least one of them is. Alright, so we are going to start replacing everything else with heavy armor. And let me guess, you're going to be a pain about this, aren't you? Okay. And then what I want to do under here is go like this, just to reinforce it while I take out the other blocks. So that should, I think, hopefully, keep that attached. Actually, I should confirm that. Does this thing have? It should. Yeah. Okay. It has a connection point on the bottom. I'm gonna just grind these manually. So I'm worried about pinking the wrong thing. Then don't accidentally grind that one. That's the trick. Okay. That's one done. Oh, and then I can go underneath and get rid of my supports. Then we can go over to fall down this hole. I don't need all this stuff. Go build some stuff with that. Why am I walking so slowly? Did I turn? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Fairly certain I remembered to put the support under that. Good. Okay, and okay, so that's another one done. I should have 2 more of these to do, right? Get rid of you, whoop, you, and you. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. I have no idea what the build and repairs are up to these days. They don't seem to be actually building much. I'm just assuming that that's for lack of components. Yeah, they're building something. You can see them flashing around. Oh, there they go. They're building that. Good enough. Oh, I just dropped a hip counter block down the hole. Okay, I took it. Alright, get rid of you, and you, and you. I might have to beef up the villains here, because we have, like, no action in terms of people attacking us, and I think assertive. I was kind of hoping, because we've attacked them a little bit, I was kind of hoping they would fly near us and we could have a little bit of a skirmish, but they seem to be really keeping their distance. I think they couldn't avoid us on the moon because the spawn distance is so low. But some weather coming in again? Am I just my eyes going blind a little? Yeah, here the atmosphere is very tall, just like on Earth, and they can fly. They could probably fly directly over us, and we wouldn't, and they wouldn't care. I think I'm getting to that stage where I'm probably getting rambly and mumbly. So, take a sip of water. All right, so to finish off the stream, which is still going to go a little bit longer, I'm going to replace this top surface everywhere that I have a top surface. I'm going to replace with heavy armor. And I want to get the, this is looking really good, although I probably should not have made it so deep. I probably should have just left it as a, like a little bit deep, and then just pushed it down as we went. I also, if I really wanted to make sure it was 100% lined up, like I did a good job lining the ship up here, but if I wanted to make this perfectly lined up, I should have put the drills on the base itself. But I think we did a really good job lining it up, so not terribly concerned about it. And we have a sunrise about to happen. You know what this calls for? Sunrise seems to happen that way in the west. What I need is a lawn chair. Give me like a green lawn chair. We're going to put it right here. No, I can't because I don't have interior plate. Yes, of course, I'm extremely zoomed out here. That's great. That's fine. We'll come back to the old lawn chair in a minute. I should name it. Hold on. My lawn chair. Should probably put like a... Oh, what's that one block called? That's from... I think it's from Sparks of the Future. It's not the... That is the bar. Why didn't that show up? Bar counter. Yeah, give me like a... Give me like a dusty bar counter right here. Oh, seriously? What now? What? What's going on? What? I don't want you there. Come on, get in. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright. What was the rest of the plan? Oh, I was going to replace the things that I just built on top of. So that's nice. That's nice. Okay, fine. Let's take you out a minute. Take you out. Put that in. This should already be heavy armor, right? Yeah. And put the bar back in. There we go. And yeah, that's how I know it's getting late as my voice starts cracking. And you. That should be okay. Not going to break any pieces off here doing this. Okay. This side should be done already. Looking good over there. Alright, is this heavy armor here? Yes, this should all be heavy armor across the top. I am probably... Yeah, I'm going to tell these things to start building the doors again. Where are you? Opening. All of you can go back to prioritizing doors. Doors. Welding and grinding doors. Go to town. Oh, I don't need you under here anymore. Okay. We'll put some sort of support under there, most likely. Yeah, I'm still trying to think what that's going to do. I mean, honestly, there's really no reason to have this, like, little bit of a gap here, but I don't care. It looks cool. Alright. Let's give you these pieces back here to chew on. I love pretending to build and repair is like a little pet, you know, who's going to chew on parts of the base that I designate. Don't know why I like that, and actually now I'm second guessing whether or not I even like that. See, this is why I wanted multiple build and repairs, because see how fast these are going away now, and another one is still building stuff. So even if the components aren't ready to go yet, there's one available to, or at the very least, I guess they're all going to grind before they weld, but you know, they can grind them up really fast and then get back to welding. Okay. Is the top all... I'm getting rid of this part now. I think the top is all heavy armor now, which means I want to put more of these things in. I'm trying to decide if I should extend this out or just like run these things just like straight under it like the whole way. Yeah, I'm thinking for now, these things need gravity components and superconductors. I didn't realize. I thought these things were somewhat cheap. That's okay though. It's going to be worth the cost. I'm not going to be able to get those in there. It's going to be worth the cost for what I'm trying to do here, which is convenience. fairly certain that these are going where I need them to go. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Cool. Was I able to get it over there yet? Yes, I was. Okay. So that's pretty much it now. We are ready to go here. So we'll have to, once it's done, basically once these drills are completely done, then we'll have to push it forward and eat up just this forward part here. We'll probably do that next time. I'm just checking to make sure that all of this is heavy armor. I should probably do a quick check, inventory check to see how the, oops, what happened? I turned off my suit antenna again. Look at inventory and see how we're doing. What is connector 2? I guess I never named the dock. Okay, so we're making a lot of that stuff. Building repair. The cargoes, several cargoes are emptying out. That's good. Oh, it looks like we chewed through all the stone already. Oh, well, that's good. How much iron did we end up with from that? Okay, not bad. That's still chewing through. I'm gonna have him start collecting stone again. And start, I don't know, filling the ship up again. Sun's about to come up. We could start recharging the batteries. How are the batteries looking? How'd they do through the night? They didn't even get to 50%. Even with all this drilling and nanobotting, which does use a decent amount of power, not a lot. It's not like the what's the other mod? The nanite control facility that uses a lot of power. I would say that one is more balanced. This one is more just like do it for me kind of thing. But it's, yeah, I play with a mod that updates it a little bit to make it a little bit more balanced, but it's not balanced enough. I have another one that makes it extremely, like, where they need superconductors and they need the build and repairs. I mean, they can't take things apart through defense shields and stuff like that. There's a lot of additional features that someone added to it. I'm not playing with that version this time around. But maybe in the next, if I do a hardcore survival series, I will definitely have that in, because I like build and repairs, and I think it would be fair if you need to like get gold before you can build them, essentially. You know, so they're almost like mid-game things instead of early game. I should put tons of spotlights underneath this. They're just like constantly looking at stuff down there. So yeah, so what we're doing here is waiting for this to finish. I'm waiting for a nice sunrise, which should be coming pretty soon. We'll take a quick inspection. All this is wired up, or piped up, I guess. Still dumping the gravel out. I was going to look at what these things were doing, but now I realize I can't. Oh yeah, I can see inside. Hang on. Yep, they're all making ice. I got to name this connector. That's going to bother me. I'm assuming that's this. This thing is Moonbase 1, dock for the graceful exit. Now the reason I name it that way is because in the past I've done scripts that monitor docked ships and stuff like that and show you their status on things, and it's just really helpful if they're named like dock, and then I can tell that like this is the one on the ship is the connector. It's something connects to it, whereas this one is the dock. Something docks on top of it. That's how I look at that. If the large ship, the Graceful Exit, had a connector on top that a small ship was supposed to dock on top of, I would name it the dock for like a miner or a fighter or something like that. Which reminds me, I should make a fighter ship. We should go fight some assertive folks. I don't know that I have any good like blueprints for a decent fighter ship. Like I do lots of rovers, and I think I've gotten really good at rover design. Like the one I made in the first couple episodes was really, bare bones, and like I just threw together components in the general shape of a truck. And I had intended to build another rover today, but ended up just getting stuck helping the base build itself, which is fine. But I think my actual, when I set out to build a cool looking rover, they look pretty good. I am not good at building, like I think I'm fairly decent at building large grid ships. Still a lot of things that I want to get better at doing with large grid ships, but small grid fighter ships I am not good at. So, there's the sunrise. There's the sunrise. I'm waiting for it to peek over the horizon. And then we're going to get a nice looking screenshot. But, whoop. How far down do we go here? Is this the bottom? This, I think. Oh, this might not even be the bottom. Yeah, this is the bottom. Okay. So this is how deep it is. Gonna be deep enough. Oh, and then I don't think I mentioned this part, but what we're gonna do is probably drill into the walls for things like docking bays or something. Yeah, we'll drill into the walls. If I drill the docking bays high enough, I could even have PAM scripts where the ships rise up, fly out. I'm doing all this. I have no idea why, honestly, because I don't have a need to live on Mars. I don't have a need for a giant base. I just felt like I had a hankering for base building. So, and I like Mars. I want to drive around and explore and get into some fights while I'm here. So, things are working. We are just really taking our time with the, is it collecting stone or is it, no, it's building things. I'm watching that yellow one right there doing stuff. I was trying to figure out what it was welding. But apparently it takes a while to build these things up, it would seem. We're just making tons and tons of steel plates here. Yeah, it's going to take a while. I kind of would love these things to get built up so that the ship isn't basically balancing on a bunch of unbuilt heavy armor, but... Oh, there's another close by unknown signal. I might go grab that in a minute. What do I have on me? Get rid of you, 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 get rid of you. Where's that thing coming down at? It's less than a kilometer. I'd just fly to it. If I had a rover built, I would drive to it, but... Let's see. Is it on the ground yet? Almost. Let's head over to it and hopefully not die this time. Okay. I don't think this is one of those ones that messes with you. Where's the button at? Where are you, button. Are you on the other side? On the bottom? Yeah, you are. Yeah. Didn't. Oh, that's what I got last time. I have a mod that puts just a little bit of uranium in the drop pods. I thought about trying that for like a hardcore thing, hardcore playthrough, but you know, just to give you a little bit of uranium, it's not enough to like power you or power your base, but it might, you know, I don't know, you could get something a little bit earlier or something. I don't know. All right, so here's where I wanted to kind of get like a really cool screenshot, and I think I could move the camera in. Oh, it doesn't take the... Hold on, wait. Take that all out. There we go. Okay. Let's move it in here. Be nice if the thing I'm standing on was welded up, but it looks okay. Let's see, can I go down, angle up? There we go, that's not a bad screenshot. Kind of want to weld up these blocks though. Let me weld up these blocks real quick, hopefully. Oh, actually, am I even going to have the components to weld these up? Probably not. Yeah, no, I'm not. If I could make them look a little bit more solid, though, that would help. No, I can't do anything. Oh, that one I can. Nope. Nope. That's okay. Alright. Before the sun gets any higher, let's hurry up and get this screenshot. Thinking maybe like there. Yeah, that's not bad. Wish I could get that a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad right there. Let's do that. Now I want to save HDR. Super resolution screenshot. Love it. As long as I'm here. Should we get a screenshot of the ship and the base being built and everything? Yeah, let's grab that like that. Let's see if we can get it with the, oops, with the build. Oh. Yeah, that's good enough. Kind of not super good at the Ansel controls. No, I want to go up, so then I have to look it up. Oh, jeez, I'm gonna get this. Should probably just have positioned myself first. Speaking of myself, there I am. I'll just get in the screenshot with myself. And go. And there we go. I think at some point I explained why I do the super resolution. It's because what it does is it flies the camera really close to everything, like it and then stitches it together. It takes a bunch of normal resolution screenshots and stitches them together. But what that means is the camera gets like as close as it possibly can to everything, which means like out here you're already seeing some lower quality levels of detail, LODs, but as you get a little bit closer, different details start to come in. So like all these little details here, they appear in the super resolution screenshot, and you cannot see them when you're this far away because they just scale down too far. So that's why I like taking those, even though for the like thumbnails on YouTube, I generally still end up shrinking them down to like 720. They retain all of their full quality detail, which is nice. What's that? Why is there some red on the map that seems to be kind of sort of coming straight toward us, but I can't see it? Oh, that's why I can't see it. And they're not coming toward us. They're just flying around. Yeah, I might add maybe a larger challenge in. I don't know. Is it time for Reavers? I think it might be. I think it might be time for Reavers. Alright, folks. That's going to be the end of the stream for today. Next time, we are going to continue building out the structure of the base a little bit. I am going to take a break from base building and build a rover. Or maybe a scout ship, but I would prefer a rover. Something that I could go out and like drill some pebbles, essentially. Drill some rocks. And that's going to be that. And I'm going to build it from scratch because I don't really want to use any of my rover blueprints that I have. But yeah, so that's going to be it. So thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm going to continue just wildly flailing my mouse around as I usually do. And I will see you probably Monday. Next Monday is when I'll be back to do Space Engineers. Like I said, I might be back to do some Star Trek Online with my buddy Pat on Friday, and if not, I always do a podcast on Friday, Structured Gibberish. You can find it on YouTube, just search for it. There's probably a link on my profile too. Alright, thanks everybody, and have a good evening, morning, whatever it is, wherever you're at. I'll talk to you later.